Hello everybody, my name is Surugi and today we are going to talk about one of the subclasses of Vanguard, which is Flagbearer. As explained in one of my previous and outdated videos, a Flagbearer brings DP rapidly within a very short amount of time, but blocks 0 enemies when their skills are active. Currently, there are 3 Flagbearers, which are number 1, Myrtle, a 4-star who made her debut on Hurricane Banner, number 2, Elysium, a 5-star who made his debut on 1st anniversary, and number 3, Saileach, a 6-star who will make her debut with the release of Chapter 9. Now, if you ask me who is my favorite operator out of these 3 flag bearers, I will choose Myrtle. The reason is simple. She is small, she is cute, and unlike Suzuran who is just a kid, Myrtle is completely legal. Like, she says she's an adult, although she's a duri, so you are legal to have it. Let's move on to the comparisons. As these 3 operators come with different varieties and different cap levels, stats don't matter. What matters the most is their impact during early stage and towards mid stage of the game. What I mean early stage is the moment you are about to deploy your first operators, and mid stage is when about 25% to 55% of enemies are spawned, depending on the number of enemies. First, let's compare their talents. Myrtle's talent is based on Vanguards, while Elysium's is based on snipers. On the other hand, Saileach has an ensign which gives buffs, and as a 6-star operator, she has 2 talents, which is pretty cool. So based on her second talent, which means you can deploy E2 Saileach first, and then Elysium, and then you only need 7 DP to deploy E2 Port 1 Ash. Just a 2 DP more than a full port max level cruise. Saileach has 3 skills, and coincidentally, her skill 2 is defensive while her skill 3 is offensive. I'm comparing her skill 2 to Myrtle's skill 2, and her skill 3 to Elysium's skill 2 later on. But first, let's compare their skill 1 since their only difference is either beta or gamma. Elysium's support gamma and Saileach is pretty much the same, with the DP generated is just a little more than Myrtle's support beta. Now, moving on to the comparison between Myrtle's skill 2 and Saileach's skill 2. Given that their attack value is similar until E2 level 70, it looks like Myrtle has the healing advantage, even for 1 second. But, on the other hand, Saileach gives defense buffs, which makes her a pseudo shining, and her skill is essential too when medics are banned in one of the contingency contract risks. Moving on to Saileach's offensive skill 3, which is comparable to Elysium's skill 2. Saileach has a stronger crowd control ability compared to Elysium, because Elysium sometimes negate about bringing a flag in the middle of the fight. Now, for the first 3 videos of my operator review series, the title format was "Is this operator still white?" But for this video, in my opinion, I would like to say Myrtle is still the best flag bearer, and the addition of Saileach doesn't affect her from the CC meta. Here's why. Number 1. In general, the DP cost of Vanguard should be as low as possible, without losing their abilities to regenerate DPs. Low rarity Vanguards, either 3 or 4 stars, are priorities, although you need to sacrifice DPS as compared to higher rarity Vanguards. Usually, it's easy to get 3 and 4 star Vanguards to full potential level, so their DP levels are reduced by 2. So in terms of DP cost, Myrtle has that advantage over Elysium and Saileach. Number 2, Vanguards are generally used until mid-phase on the game, unless in specific cases, let's say if specialists are banned in contingency contract, then you need to deploy Yato to block enemies. Elysium is good at countering camouflage enemies but is easily outlasted by Silver Ash second talent. Saileach's skill 3 is a crowd control ability, much like most of other 6-star operators such as Saria's classifications, Mark roster skill, and hey, even Mostima have one too. However, Saileach has advantages in terms of DPs, but let's say medics are banned, you can choose either Saileach or Myrtle because of their skill 2, and you must deploy them until Saria arrives. Speaking of medics, here's the third reason, Myrtle's talent. You need Vanguards to survive first few waves of enemies until stronger healers arrive. But speaking of CC meta, when medics are banned, you need to rely on healing defenders and or Angelina's second talent, so your Vanguards will stay on the field for a few waves until sufficient DPs are generated before you can deploy stronger operators. But since you are in the early phase of the stage and you are in the need of DPs, Myrtle can do both. Perhaps you're thinking I'm bullshitting, but remember, Myrtle is here before contingency contract was introduced. She is the apple of the CC meta, and her existence is pretty high even for the highest risk possible, from CC beta to CC 6. But of course, I might say the conclusion was made too soon because Saileach is being introduced right after CC 6. So, will there be a meta shift? Do you agree with me as Myrtle as the best flag bearer? If you don't, the comment section is right down below. Everyone has their own opinions and you don't have to agree with me. So, that's all for the video for today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and it just takes you 1 second to click the subscribe button. It's incredible to have over 400 subscribers and I promise I will keep you entertained with more Arknights content. And as always, thanks for watching.